first off, can you just tell us a little bit about Virtuix and what the Omni is in terms of, you know, the tech and what we're looking at here?
Yeah, no, definitely. So Virtuix is a hardware company. We have the Omni, which basically allows the players to walk, run, or jump in 360-degree virtual environments.
Okay. Wow. Wow. So you can jump on that thing.
Yes.
And it will measure everything. Holy moly. And so how long has the company been around, like Virtuix?
Yeah, actually about almost 2 years ago is when we started our Kickstarter campaign.
Okay.
And the company's been around maybe 6 months prior to that.
Okay, so you guys started, did like a soft launch and then Kickstarter?
Exactly.
Took you off?
Exactly.
Okay. So that was what, 2013?
Yes.
Okay. So in that 2 years' time, you guys have been developing these and getting ready, and now you're ready for launch, right?
Yes.
From what I understand.
Exactly. Yep.
So in that 2 years, what are some of the big obstacles that the companies had to overcome in terms of getting the tech built and, you know, the software developed?
Well, I would say some of the biggest obstacles would be maybe fine-tuning our tracking solution. You know, we want to make sure the immersion is broken when there's the slightest latency or delay in your movement. And because what we offer is a locomotive treadmill, that's very important. Yeah. When you're walking in virtual reality, it has to feel like you're moving one-on-one with your character or avatar.
Right. Okay. So you cut the latency down, so there's like nothing there, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Very cool. So we also know you're not the only VR treadmill on the market right now.
Right.
There's a lot of companies popping up. So
right.
What sets you guys apart from your competition?
Well, other than our low price point, one of the things that we took into consideration was no moving parts. To keep the cost low, you can't really have anything that really moves, or anything that's built in within, a traditional treadmill. Other than that, the Omni is very comfortable. It's probably the most comfortable and natural walking solution there is. It's very stable, sturdy, and you can't fall in or out of the Omni. And the product itself looks great.
Okay, cool. So you said no moving parts. So that floor doesn't move. It's in the shoes, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's pretty neat. That makes it a lot easier for entry-level people to just put it together and build it, right?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That's one of our biggest concerns or priorities when we developing is, okay, can people fold it away, store it away, and whatnot.
Okay, so how, on a scale of 1 to building a car, how hard is this to put together then?
Probably a 3, a 2.
Oh wow, it's simple.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Very cool. So I guess, we got this great product. We'll see in a minute when we get on there. But where do you see VR treadmills playing into the game industry in the future?
Well, right now, a lot of this, VR is growing very rapidly right now, especially in gaming. And a lot of it's more for a seated experience, which is cool. But we believe the wow factor in a lot of these games or environments is very short term. Almost similar to the Wii and Wii Sports, which was great. After a while, you get tired of it, it's the same thing. And to really take it to the next level is physically moving in these virtual environments. And that's where we see us solving that problem itself.
Wow, okay. That makes sense. So you guys are trying to bring it to the home market, like the Wii Fit did, like
exactly.
The Oculus is kind of trying to do, but they're more simple, obviously.
The home consumers, exactly.
Okay. And so you guys reflect that in your price point. I saw on the website it's only what, $700 for
$699. That's right.
That's like 2 PlayStations or something right
exactly.
now. Okay. Knowing that's your goal. Where do you see the VR tech going in the future? Like, we got treadmills, we have obviously the VR glasses. Where do you think it will move in the near future?
Well, so there's very many different options that VR can go, and what our goal was to keep it within a home environment. Obviously, there's different types of VR tech that can be used for larger facilities that can really increase the immersion, while we're primarily focusing on what can we do within this limited amount of space that still gives the user, that high level of immersion. Right now, moving is the first step, but just like you said, what's next? Independently trapped weapons, gloves, hands, all these little things that really add to that whole, immersion.
So I guess last question is, what kind of games do you guys have currently working with the Omni, and what do you have planned for the future of the VR treadmill?
Yeah, no. So our internal developer team is creating a great content for gaming. We have right now Traver Training Ops, which we've showed off at CES and GDC, but now we have a more refined version, which we brought on an illustrator to make it look cleaner, a lot of new levels. The future, what we want, though, what we believe will be really the next big thing is multiplayer in VR. Having a group of friends or teams, esports, whatever you foresee, all in this one virtual environment, battling, shooting, running, gunning. That's kind of what we see is going to be the next big thing in not just virtual reality, but just in gaming itself.
Okay, so eventually I could have like me and 4 of my friends all on these running around my living room, shooting each other.
Exactly. So
all right.
It's called Traver Arena. That's
Arena.
That's what we're working on. Hopefully to have at CES next year.
Wow. So you guys are pretty close to getting that, ready to show that.
Yes, somewhat. Yeah. Just like I said, our internal developer team is growing, and that's kind of what we're expected to have then.